Hey guys, how you doing? Right here again. If you'd like to subscribe, it's Nitro Kyosho. Well guys, a couple of things to talk about quick. I started a Facebook account, okay, and I've been building it a little bit. If you want to find it, just go to Facebook and type in Nitro Kyosho, all one word. I've linked all my YouTube videos there, and we're uploading some, excuse me, some pictures of the flying field. Guys, helicopters, different things. You know, we're going to build a little cool kind of RC community on there, so definitely check that out. The other thing, I have two Thunder Power G870C 5000 milliamps on the way. They will be here Wednesday or Thursday of this week, and barring any weird weather for this weekend, we're going to be doing some flights with the 570 Goblin finally. So get ready for that. And I made a video last week. This is what we're going to talk about quick. The Turnigy 3DH flybarless V2 system. This came highly recommended to me by a good friend, Big Jim, the Ultimate Man. And he's used it. He knows people who have used it, had success with it. So I pulled the Beast X AR7200 off of the Dominator, and I put it on the 570 Goblin when I was building that. And then, you know, your wallet's empty, and I didn't feel like spending another $240 on a Beast X unit. So I decided to give this a shot. What the heck? I am not a big believer in clones, guys. I don't buy clone stuff. I would never recommend clone stuff, but this came highly recommended, and I says, what the heck? For $49, I've spent more than that on crashes, so let's give it a shot. So I put it on. I told you guys I'd come back and give you the flight reviews and characteristics. It worked just like the Beast X, guys, I'm sorry to say, or I'm happy to say, to the non-believers. It flew great. I mean, I don't think you could tell the difference whether you had a V-bar or a Beast X or whatever on there. He did all the flips, pyros, rolls, hurricanes, everything the same. It was just a little bit of adjusting, only on the tail gain. It ended up being exactly the same as the Beast X, so it was around 22. I had one test flight in the backyard, and then I had 8 to 10 acrobatic, 3D, whatever you want to call it, flights this weekend, and did not see any tail blowouts. I did not see any weird characteristics with it. I did not feel anything wacky or weird. I was probably as nervous as anybody could ever be, and not because of any other reason, that $50 was going through the back of my head. Only $50. Oh my God. When's this thing going to do something crazy? When's it going to spin out of control? When's it going to crash? When's it going to go into a tumble? And it didn't do anything, guys. Now, I had, like I said, 8 to 10 flights plus a test flight. And, you know, that's all the info I can give you right now. I mean, at this point, I would recommend it. Now, is it going to hold up week after week after week? I can't tell you that, guys. I'm not a fortune teller. I can't see into the future. Is it going to do something wacky next week and I come back here and I'm screaming on the camera saying it's a piece of junk? That could happen. That can happen with anything. I had a Mikado V-bar go wacky on me and I got rid of it. So I would say, guys, for $49, I got it through Hobby King. They're the ones who sell it. You got to get it through the Seattle, Washington warehouse. You can only get them through the U.S. warehouse, which is not a bad thing. But that's all I really have to report, guys. It programs identical to the Beast X. It's obviously a clone. I mean, the parameters and the setup menu are identical. Everything is identical. The only thing that's different is the way you plug the wires in. Look at your quick start guide and make sure you follow that and plug your wires in correctly, because I've heard if you plugging the power to any port other than the one it's supposed to go into, you will fry the unit. And make sure you get the V2 system if you're planning to use a satellite, because if you get the older one, the V1, the satellite will not work. You'll have to use a receiver. But I will keep you guys up to date on this unit. We'll do more flights, and I'll come back and we'll talk again. But as far as right now, guys, for $49, I would recommend it. I would not recommend it to go... I don't think you can really put it on anything other than a 450, guys, because it only... Well, you could, excuse me, but you got to use a receiver, because there's only one satellite for this, so it's primarily looks like for a 450. But my buddy Big Jim said if you use a regular receiver, it gives you... They give you all the wires in here for that, and a little screwdriver, but they give you the wires here if you want to use a receiver. So if you're going to use anything bigger, a 500, 600, 700, on up, I would definitely use a receiver, because I don't know if one satellite is gonna cover it. Would I recommend putting this on an expensive helicopter? $1,000, a Goblin, a T-Rex 700, even a Goblin 500. You're taking a chance, guys. I mean, but you're taking a chance with anything. Electronics is electronics. It can go wacky. So a Beast X Mikado, I mean, they can crash your helicopters too. So at this point, I would test this thing out. I mean, if I got 100 or 200 flights out of it, and I might say that, but at this point I would say maybe stick with 450s for now, maybe a 500. It is a $50 unit, and we don't know down the road, what can happen. But for right now, guys, I got to give it 2 thumbs up. I'm sorry to say for the non-believers, but I'm happy to say for me, because I bought it, that it is a good unit right now. And I'll definitely keep you up to date, guys. If anything wacky happens or weird down the road, I'll let you know. I'm going to try to, I'm going to write down and keep track of how many flights goes on this. And so anyways, remember, guys, Nitro Kyosho Facebook, and look for the 570 Goblin flight this weekend, barring we get good weather here in New England. So, talk to you guys soon. And if you want to pick up one of these units, I'd say go for it.